What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin with another X-Men month review. Today we're reviewing X-Men Alpha Flight. Holy crap. I've been meaning to read this for a long time. Mostly, I was planning on reading this on Canada's Day. Only for me never to have time because of X-Men month. So I'm like, we're going to review this for X-Men month. So yeah, this is X-Men Alpha Flight, which collects pretty much all the crossovers between X-Men and Alpha Flight. So this collects... This is rated A for all ages, by the way. Not true at all if you actually read it. This is probably teen. It goes for 35 US, 40 Canadian. It collects X-Men and Alpha Flight crossover from 1985 1 and 2. You got X-Men Alpha Flight crossover 1998 issues 1 and 2. X-Men 1963 109. I don't know what issue that was supposed to be in this comic book because like all the stories early on were from the 70s. So I don't know. I think that's somebody screwed up there. And you got X-Men issues 120 through 121 and 139 through 40. So yeah, it starts off with our X-Men, the Chris Claremont and the John Bryne run, where our X-Men are back from space. And they're just chilling, which, holy shit. What makes you think this is all ages, by the way, Marvel? When you have that stuff going on. So yeah, you have like Jean Grey has her Phoenix powers, like Cyclops met the Starjammers. I still need to read that stuff. But yeah, basically what's going on is that before Wolverine was in X-Men, he was in Alpha Flight, Canada's superhero team, and our Vindicator, which they call him like at first like Major Maple Leaf, which is like holy crap, like a Canadian like Captain America ripoff, like Captain Canuck, but he's a lot cooler than Captain Canuck. So basically what happens is Guardian was sent on a mission to bring back Wolverine to Alpha Flight by Pierre Trudeau, Justin Trudeau's dad, and only for him to accidentally piss off the X-Men and he gets attacked. Which he accidentally hurts, like, he accidentally hurts Marvin Matara. But it's the thing where it's like, okay, it's like, if they had just like, hey, let's talk and chill, none of this would have happened. So yeah. So here we see Pierre Trudeau, by the way. He's actually in the comic book. And he doesn't like, hey, we spent a lot of money training Wolverine. We need him back. So instead of Guardian going by himself, they're summoning the whole team. You got North Star, who's a mutant, and Aurora. Sorry, is that Aurora? I can't remember. I forget yeah, I think that's Aurora. You have Shaman, who's like Michael 2 young man, who's a doctor. You've got Snowbird, who's a shapeshifter. Walter, Sasquatch, who turns into a Sasquatch. He's as strong as the Hulk. And you got Jean Marie, yeah, Robert. Oh yeah, that's North Star's sister, twin sister, Aurora. So yeah, by the way, Firestar left the team. So yeah, this was a cool like story because it basically has the X-Men getting their asses kicked by like Alpha Flight, which was that was awesome. Where basically they're on a flight and they get ambushed by Alpha Flight. They're like Shaman makes the storm that causes their plane to land on Canada, where they get attacked by Alpha Flight. Which all they had to do was like Wolverine just be like, okay, I'll come with you, right? Because he did and talk shit out, but like no, they have to, because they're superheroes, they have to fight. So the climate, this was a pretty cool two-parter, but it did have like this like I wouldn't call it anticlimactic, but yeah. Oh, this was like 3 issues, I think, yeah. So yeah, here you see the Alpha Flight, which the Alpha Flight is pretty cool, dude. From what I've read of Alpha Flight, they're not bad. So here you see like the one chick shapeshift, which she can shapeshift into like stuff other than birds. She turns into a Wolverine at one point. That was cool. But yeah, this was a great fight, dude. But yeah, I thought the climax was a little weird because like the climax was Wolverine goes with them and somehow sneaks off and rejoins the X-Men. So I thought that was dumb. Which here you have like, you know, Angel's back on the team. And I like, and oh yeah, this was basically Wolverine decides to go back to like Canada with Nightcrawler to basically bury the hatchet with Alpha Flight, when it turns out that Alpha Flight is on a mission to rescue a missing woman and her baby from basically Wendigo. And we get another retelling of like, you know, Wolverine's origin story where he had to fight Wendigo and Hulk. So I was this was better than the Wolverine and Spider-Man crossover where they had to fight Wendigo when it turns out Wendigo wasn't evil at all. Here Wendigo is actually evil. But yeah, the fight wasn't that good. Like, it's a thing where these were cool. Like, it was cool. This was a cool story, but the climax wasn't that good, in my opinion. But yeah, it was good. So the next crossover, sorry, is like the John Cassaday one with Ben Raab, and this was pretty cool. This takes place in 1998. This is before John Cassaday worked on Astonishing X-Men with Joss Whedon, which this is going to be the finale for X-Men Month, by the way, because it was so fucking good. I wasn't expecting it to be good, man. And this is where the collection peaks. So yeah, it starts off with Kitty Pryde and Peter are going to go on a date, which they never say, hey, how old is Peter? Because we know she was 13 when she joined the X-Men. How old was Peter? I would really like to fucking know that. But they're like, oh no, he's young. Don't worry. He's not a groomer. So yeah, basically what happens in this story is basically the Canadian government, or the guy who's in charge of Department H decides, hey, we're going to sell all these like these basically knockoff Iron Man suits that Guardian made, or Vindicator, so we can restart Alpha Flight program, only for basically the bad guys to buy the armor and attack the X-Men. And wait till you see who it is, by the way. Which, awesome art, by the way. Awesome art. John Cassaday. I can't believe I used to hate John Cassaday's art. What was I thinking? So yeah, it turns out it was Baron Zemo, of all things. Which, holy fuck, this was good. I really love this guy. This guy was like funny, because he's like, because this guy's like a fat slob, and he's like, the mutants, God, we are superior, we are the true master race. It's like, buddy, you're like a fat slob, dude, with no superpowers. But yeah, I thought that this was pretty cool. So basically, Alpha Flight, Hydra goons kidnap the X-Men, and it's up to Alpha Flight with Xavier to go and rescue the X-Men. So this was cool. Which it starts off with this Danger Room scenario where like the Alpha Flight fight the original lineup of the X-Men, where you even see like Bobby Drake Iceman has this like snow form, which was so dumb. But that's how he literally looked like. So yeah, this was pretty cool. Like, but yeah, it ends with it ends. This guy, they make it look like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna die, but he doesn't. Only for him to die later on and get replaced by his wife, who becomes the new leader of Alpha Flight. That's so fucking dumb, dude. Okay, the wife of the leader of our team, who's not even a superhero, she's gonna become a superhero, and she's gonna be the team leader. That was retarded. But that didn't happen here. But yeah, this was pretty cool. And I love how, like, you know, I love how, like, this, you have the one dude gets betrayed by his subordinate who blames him for, like, fucking everything, fucking up his plan, fucking himself, fucking the whole plan and everything. He's like, look at you. You're decked in rags, seeking of your own filth. Your body corroded by the junk you've injected into yourself. He's also a drug addict. I gave you everything. The battle suits, the X-Men. You had it all. And how many times can one man lose in this lifetime and still call himself superior? And he's like, this is where he has the gangster moment. He's like, as many times as it takes. Blam, blam. Oh, fuck. That was like, this guy's an old, like a fucking gangster. Like, OG, motherfucker. Oh, fuck. So, yeah. So, this was pretty cool. So, here we have the first X-Men Alpha Flight, which took place during 85. I really hated the art here. But apparently Chris Claremont wrote it. Holy fuck, with art by Paul Smith. And this is basically a bunch of people, which the New Mutants are, like, have a cameo in the first issue, but that's about it. But yeah, this crossover is basically, like, Cyclops, I guess, left the team and is, like, working as a pilot on this transport plane, and they're transporting, you know, scientists, and one of them's, like, anti-mutant, by the way. And you have this janitor guy who looks like the guy from The Office. I forget the guy's name, but is it Norm? The guy who's, like, into hentai? And he's like, it's not porn, it's art. Oh my god. So yeah, what happens is basically, which I hate, like, Cyclops' like 80s costume, was basically what happens is also Alpha Flight also is on the team because they blamed, basically a storm happens, the plane goes down, and they think Alpha Flight attacked it. So Rachel, who I found out is like Scott and Jean Grey's daughter from the future, attacks the Alpha Flight, only for the X-Men to show up and like, yeah, no, it's all cool, guys, and we're sorry this chick went psycho and tried to kill you. So basically, Loki is the bad guy in this villain, and Loki's the bad guy of this villain. And basically, the X-Men and Alpha Flight go to investigate what happened to the crashed plane, which crashed in Antarctica, only to discover, hey, everybody survived, and they now have, like, superpowers. They basically are gods now. And Cyclops no longer needs his visor to control his optic blast, by the way. So this was pretty cool. Everybody pretty much gets superpowers. This chick who's like, who was the captain of the plane, has healing powers and heals. Like, Puck makes him normal size. And they basically heal everybody. So, like, these two aren't crazy anymore. But Northstar doesn't like it. They also fix Rogue's powers where she can touch people without having to, like, potentially kill them. But there's a side effect is like, oh, this thing they discovered, which is called the Fire Fountain, also fucks with magical people's powers. So it attacks Shaman and attacks Snowbird. So yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. And basically what happens is our characters figure this shit out, and they figure this shit out, and it also gives normal people superpowers as well. So they're like, okay, we can, like, fix the world, we can create paradise by making people, give them superpowers with this fire fountain, right? But the problem is it fucks with the magical people, so it's gonna, like, you know, kill, like, every magical, like, superhero villain, whatever, right? So, like, this causes a rift between the members of Alpha Flight and X-Men and the people that are already there. And what happens, basically, Loki shows up at the end, is like, what the fuck is going on? I gave you guys the ability to create, like, paradise on Earth, and you're spurning that, so I'm gonna force you guys to go along with my plan. only for the gods of Asgard who are above the normal gods. What the fuck? Apparently, there's a hierarchy of gods that goes above Odin. Basically decides to punish Loki. So everybody loses their superpowers, and that's the end. I mean, the normal people lose their superpowers, and like, you know, Cyclops has to go back to wearing the optic visor shit. So yeah. So what do I think about this omnibus or whatever? No, it's not an omnibus, but graphic novel. I liked it, but holy fuck, dude! It definitely does not. I don't know why they had the Alpha Flight like crossovers out of order. I would have ended it on the John Cassaday. I would have ended it on the John Cassaday, like, you know, Alpha Flight, because that was a way better story than the 1985 one, which in my opinion sucked. But overall, this was a solid X-Men book. Highly recommended. 8 out of 10. Peace out. And our next X-Men month review is going to be Wolverine and Nick Fury Scorpio. Peace out, guys.